Good day, and welcome to the Bilibili 2020 fourth quarter and full year earnings conference call. Today's conference is being recorded. At this time, I would like to turn the conference over to Juliet Yang, Senior Director of Investor Relations. Please go ahead.
Thank you, operator. Please note the discussion today will contain forward-looking statements relating to the company's future performance and are intended to qualify the safe harbor from liability as established by the U.S. Private Securities Litigation Reform Act. Such statements are not guarantees of the future performance and are subject to certain risks and uncertainties, assumptions, and other factors. Some of these risks are beyond the company's control and could cause actual results to differ materially from those mentioned in today's press release and in this discussion. A general discussion of the risk factors that could affect Bilibili's business and financial results is included in certain filings of the company with the Securities and Exchange Commissions. The company does not undertake any obligation to update this forward-looking information except as required by law. During today's call, management will also discuss certain non-GAAP financial measures for comparison purpose only. For a definition of non-GAAP financial measures and a reconciliation of GAAP to non-GAAP financial results, please see the 2020 fourth quarter and full year financial results news release issued earlier today. As a reminder, this conference is being recorded. In addition, an investor presentation and a webcast replay of this conference call will be available on Bilibili Investor Relations website at ir.bilibili.com. Joining us today on the call from Bilibili senior management are Mr. Rui Chen, Chairman of the Board and Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Carly Li, Vice Chairwoman of the Board and Chief Operating Officer, and Mr. Sam Fan, Chief Financial Officer. And I will now turn the call over to Mr. Fan, who will read prepared remarks on behalf of Mr. Chen.
Thank you, Juliet. And thank you everyone for participating in our 2020 fourth quarter and fiscal year-end conference call. I'm pleased to deliver today's opening remarks on behalf of Mr. Chen. We had an exceptional year in 2020. Through a challenging microenvironment, we remained focused on our growth strategies and achieved record results. In the fourth quarter, our MAUs reached 202 million, up 55% year-over-year, marking a new starting point for our growth journey. In addition, mobile MAUs were up 61% year-over-year to 187 million. On the user engagement front, we had 54 million DAUs, up 42% year-over-year. Our users remain highly engaged and spend an average 75 minutes on our platform daily in the fourth quarter, reflecting the strong appeal of Bilibili content offerings and the stickiness of our growing community. The high quality and rapid growth of our user base laid a solid foundation for our commercialization efforts. In the fourth quarter, our premium content services continue to drive paying user conversion. MPUs reached 18 million, up 103% year-over-year. Our overall paying ratio increased to 8.9% compared with 6.8% in the same period last year. At the same time, more business partners are turning to Bilibili to reach and engage our massive audience base of young generations. Our advertising business grew by 149% in the fourth quarter year-over-year, marking the 7th consecutive quarter of accelerated growth on year-over-year basis. On the back of this momentum, our total revenues reached another record high of RMB 3.8 billion in the fourth quarter and RMB 12 billion for the full year. This represents impressive year-over-year growth of 91% and 77% respectively. We attribute our success to our broad content library, engaging community experience, and rising brand awareness. In 2020, we made some key moves that resulted in a significant boost to our brand. We kicked off 2020 with a blockbuster New Year Eve Gala followed by our Houlang, Ruhai, Xixiangfeng marketing trilogy, and introduced our brand proposition, All the Videos You Like. We carried these efforts into the fourth quarter and closed the year with our second New Year's Eve Gala, the most beautiful night of 2020. During the live broadcast night, the popularity index more than tripled compared with our 2019 event, achieving 120 million playbacks within 48 hours. These successful marketing initiatives have allowed us to connect and resonate with more users and reach a more diverse audience, and we believe we can continue with the strong momentum in 2021. Building on the success of our 2020 user growth, one thing is clear. Our appeal is much broader and reaches beyond Gen Z. We are now widely recognized by a larger audience that now includes those born between 1985 to 2009, popularly referred to as the Gen Z Plus demographic. This group of users share similar attributes, and we have established unparalleled mindshare among this vibrant Gen Z Plus community. According to the iResearch latest report, over 86% of our MAUs were below the age of 35 in 2020. This group is the driving force for all kinds of consumption in China, especially the video-based consumption market. In 2019, Gen Z Plus contributed 65% of the video-based market dollars. Video continues to be integrated with more and more aspects of daily lives. It is becoming the primary means of communicate, entertain, and exchange information. This visualization trend is creating massive market opportunities in China. The video-based market is expected to reach RMB 1.8 trillion in the revenues, generated by nearly 1.2 billion video users by 2025, according to iResearch. As a full-spectrum video community platform and the go-to platform for the Gen Z demographic, we are at the forefront of this exciting visualization opportunity. With that, I will walk you through some of our activities during the fourth quarter, beginning with our content. Our content creators are extremely important to us. Their creation represents their vision of the world around them, which reflects and influences Gen Z Plus preferences. For the fourth quarter, we had approximately 1.9 million content creators uploading 5.9 million videos per month, representing increases of 88% and 109% respectively, both year over year. We continue to provide our content creators with support on multiple levels. These include video editing tools and the tutorings that help facilitate new creations, as well as monetary rewards and our advertising platform. Most importantly, we continue to improve our algorithm to make sure the right content is distributed to the right audiences, while promoting high-quality, original content. These attributes are what make Bilibili the most sought-after platform for content creators to showcase their talents, share their passions, and make a living doing what they love. We continue to enhance our content offerings both in depth and in breadth. In the fourth quarter, our most popular content verticals in terms of video views were lifestyle, game, entertainment, anime, and technology. Among those leading verticals, knowledge was one of the fastest growing verticals, attracting numerous intellects to our platform to share their knowledge and insights. In the fourth quarter, our tech and knowledge verticals attract a wider audience and contribute a significant 10% of total video views. Meanwhile, we continue to invest in areas where we see high potential to build out new strongholds. For 2021, as we grow with our existing users and attract new ones, we have identified several areas with large and growing demand, such as automotive, home furnishing, relationships, and parenting. In the January 2021, we launched the Story Mode, our new PUGV content format that allows users to enjoy short videos in vertical formats. With Story Mode, we hope to satisfy user diverse needs by providing them with their seamless access to our high-quality content, ranging from seconds for their fragment time to minutes and hours for more immersive experiences. We are encouraged by the initial results brought by the new model. Turning to our OGV content, our years of investment in Chinese anime bore fruit in 2020. Chinese anime MAUs have surpassed Japanese anime MAUs and have become our #1 category within OGV. Over 160 million users watched Chinese anime on our platform in 2020. During the year, we released a number of popular Chinese anime titles and hit new records for attracting new users and converting them to paying members. These include Cap Reborn, 元龙, Daily Life of Immortal King, 仙王的日常生活, Linkage, 玲珑, and the more recently launched Heaven Official's Blessing, 天官赐福, forming valuable IP assets. In November, we held our third annual Chinese anime press conference made by Bilibili. Here, we introduced 33 new titles that we plan to release over the next 2 years. In addition to market developments in China, we are excited to be a pioneer in promoting Chinese anime worldwide. Some of our international endeavors include our cooperation with Sony Funimation and Netflix to stream Bilibili produced Chinese anime series around the world. Our documentary, variety shows, and TV series continue to enrich our content library as well. In particular, we have been very successful with our recent endeavors in self-produced TV drama, Run for Young, 风犬少年的天空, and the music reality show, Rap for Youth, 说唱新时代. Not only have we attracted new users, generated sizable memberships, and advertising revenue with these additions, but we have also opened the gateway to new content verticals and formats. Turning to our community, as our user base continues to grow, particularly among the Gen Z Plus audience, we are further nurturing bonds and strengthening our community ties. In the fourth quarter, our daily video views reached 1.2 billion, up 70% year-over-year. Monthly interactions were also up by 94% year-over-year, with users generating 4.7 billion bullet chats, comments, likes, and Bilibili moment posts. Our official member numbers reached new heights as well. At the end of fourth quarter, we surpassed the milestone of our first 100 million official members. With 103 million official members, up 51% year-over-year. Our 12-month retention also remains strong, well above 80%. These consistent metrics are a strong testimony to the success of our platform and growth strategies. Turning to our commercialization progress, we diversified our game offering even further in 2020. Led by existing popular games such as Princess Connect, FGO, and Azuna Line, our mobile game revenue grew to RMB 1.1 billion in the fourth quarter, up 30% year-over-year. Old and new fans alike continue to find great joy in these games, driving their steady performances. Genshin Impact, 原神, continue to win fans with massive success, and Bilibili is the game primarily Android partner in China. As for our game pipeline, we have 14 titles that have obtained approvals and are scheduled for launch. We are very excited about our new exclusively licensed games. In the upcoming quarters, we plan to bring players Sword Art Online, 刀剑神域, Archery Gear, 机动战机, and Guardian Tales, 坎特伯雷公主. As for our jointly operated games, we continue to be a partner of choice for leading game developers. In 2021, we will continue to work with top developers to bring more premium games to Chinese users, such as NetEase Harry Potter and Diablo, as well as Tencent's League of Legends mobile game. Turning to our VAS business, driven by our premium memberships and live broadcasting business, revenue from VAS increased by 118% year-over-year, reaching RMB 1.2 billion in the fourth quarter. Premium memberships are on the rise, gaining viewers exclusive or advanced access to our OGV content. At the end of the fourth quarter, we had engaged 14.5 million premium members, up 91% year-over-year. The majority of our members paid for annual memberships or our automated renew programs. As a natural extension of our middle platform, we continue to build our live broadcasting content ecosystem. While more hosts are attracted to Bilibili, more content creators are leveraging our live broadcasting platform to connect with fans and showcase their talents. Having secured 3 years of exclusive live broadcasting rights to the League of Legends World Championship in China, we further enhanced our esports content offering, with the recent S10 event hitting record high viewership. Last but not least, let's review our advertising business. Thanks to our strong user growth and enhanced brand name, advertisers are even more aware of our users' value and coming to Bilibili for increased visibility. At the same time, our ad efficiency and effectiveness further improves as our algorithm improves. Revenue from advertising segment reached RMB 722 million, up 149% year-over-year in the fourth quarter. Game, food and beverage, e-commerce, skincare and cosmetics, and 3C products were the leading verticals in the fourth quarter. Our New Year Eve Gala proved to be a great draw for advertisers as well. This year, we welcome the new customer brand Renqi Senlin and the traditional appearance giant Meidi as our key sponsors of Gala. Our results speak for themselves, and our business continues to gain momentum. Bilibili is decidedly the go-to platform, capturing the hearts and the minds of Generation Z+, and our audience of young users keep growing. We have entered a new area where video is becoming the dominant vertical for people to get connected, informed, and entertained. The trend of visualization is only getting started. At the same time, China's overall economic is on the rise and is expected to continue with vigorous growth. We are not only helping to shape the new visualization paradigm, but also gaining market share in this huge and growing video market. In 2021, we will continue to invest in our content and our brand to expand our reach and further capitalize on this tremendous opportunity. This concludes Mr. Chen's remarks. I will now provide a brief overview of our financial results for the fourth quarter and the full year of 2020. Total net revenues for the fourth quarter were 3.8 billion, up 91% from the same period of 2019. In the fourth quarter, we continue to see a more balanced and diversified revenue mix. Our total net revenues breakdown by streams was approximately 29% games, 33% VAS, 19% advertising, and 19% e-commerce and other business. Cost of revenues increases by 80% year-over-year to RMB 2.9 billion. Revenue sharing cost, a key component of cost of revenues, was RMB 1.3 billion, also an 80% increase from the same period in 2019. Gross profit increased by 137% year-over-year to RMB 944.1 million. Our gross margin improved to 20.6% in the fourth quarter, compared with 19.8% from the same period last year. Total operating expenses were 1.8 billion, up 126% from the same period in 2019. Selling and marketing expenses were 1 billion, representing a 147% increase year-over-year. The increase was primarily attributed to the increased channel and marketing expenses associated with our app and brand, such as our 2020 branding campaigns, as well as expenses for our mobile games and the salary marketing personnel. By allocating resources to build our brand and appeal among a broader audience, we achieved a substantial growth in 2020. We believe the efforts will be further reaching with positive impact to the market over the long run. We can already see the benefit of these strategies through our broadened user base, demographics, content, and overall industry leadership. We plan to continue building on this momentum in 2021 to further strengthen and expand our virtuous growth cycle. G&A expenses were RMB 343 million, representing a 115% increase year-over-year. The increase was primarily due to increased headcount in general administrative personnel, increased share-based compensation expenses, increased allowance for doubtful accounts, and higher rental expenses. R&D expenses were RMB 484 million, representing a 97% increase year-over-year. The increase was primarily due to increased headcount in research and development personnel and increased share-based compensation expenses. Net loss was RMB 844 million for the fourth quarter of 2020, compared to RMB 387 million in the same period of 2019. Adjusted net loss, which is a non-GAAP measure that excludes share-based compensation expenses and amortization expenses related to the intangible assets acquired through business acquisitions, and the income tax related to the intangible assets acquired through business acquisition, was RMB 682 million, compared to RMB 337 million in the same period of 2019. Basic diluted net loss per share was RMB 2.34. Adjusted basic diluted net loss per share was RMB 1.88. For the full year of 2020, our total net revenues increased by 77% to RMB 12 billion. Notably, we saw a shift in our revenue streams, with 60% of our total revenues in 2020 coming from our non-game business, and games account for 40%. Gross profit for the 2020 full year increased 139% to RMB 2.8 billion. Net loss for 2020 was RMB 3.1 billion, compared to RMB 1.3 billion in 2019. Adjusted net loss for 2020 was RMB 2.6 billion, compared with RMB 1.1 billion in 2019. Basic and diluted net loss per share for 2020 was RMB 8.71. This compared with RMB 3.99 in 2019. Adjusted basic and diluted net loss per share was RMB 7.46, compared with RMB 3.3 in 2019. As of December 31, 2020, we had cash and cash equivalents, time deposits, as well as short-term investments of RMB 12.8 billion, compared to RMB 8.1 billion as of December 31, 2019. With that in mind, we are currently projecting net revenues for the first quarter of 2021 to be between RMB 3.7 billion and RMB 3.8 billion. Thank you for your attention. We would like now to open the call to your questions. Operator, please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. As a reminder, if you wish to ask a question, you will need to press star and 1 on your telephone and wait for your name to be announced. If you wish to cancel your request, please press the hash key. Again, it's star and 1 if you wish to ask a question. And for the benefit of all participants on today's call, if you wish to ask your question to management in Chinese, please immediately repeat your question in English. Thank you so much. And our first question comes from the line of Alex Poon from Morgan Stanley. Alex, your line is now open.
早上好，新年好，瑞总、卡里、Sam、Juliet， 恭喜很好的业绩。我第一个问题想问一下，这个用户增长的一个展望，和以及这个达成的路径和策略、产品等等。同时，这个怎么能 保持这个用户的质量，因为在4季度我们看到这个 DAU/MAU ratio 和这个时长有一个稍微的一个下降。谢谢。My first question is related to the user growth in coming years and the strategy, and in terms of the product strategy, etc. At the same time, how can we maintain the user quality? For example, in fourth quarter, we noticed there is a small decline in terms of DAU/MAU ratio and also the user time spent on a year-over-year basis. Thank you very much.
好，用户增长我认为一直是 B 站最重要的工作之一。我对 B 站的用户增长在未来几年还是极其的关注。因为我认为在未来几年视频化会是一个非常重要的一个趋势。就是每一个互联网用户未来都将成为视频的一个用户。所以的话，这个对所有的这个视频的平台都是一个巨大的空间。
So user growth has always remained our top priority, and I personally take a great priority in looking after the user growth strategy. So under the rapid trend of visualization, we believe every internet user could potentially become a video user, and this is creating a massive market opportunity for us.
我一直认为就是内容平台的用户增长最终是取决于这个平台上的内容的质量。也就是说，哪个平台能够提供更多的好内容，那么用户最终就会去哪个平台。所以的话，就是 B 站在用户增长方面的策略一直是我们用优质的内容去吸引用户。这个优质的内容就包括我们内容的数量以及我们优质内容品类的一个宽度。
So I believe the user growth for all the content platform really depends on the quality of the content. Whichever platform has the highest quality content, the user will turn to that platform. And for Bilibili, we have always practiced the philosophy that to leverage high quality content to attract our users, and we're really focused on expanding our content offerings and content categories.
为什么 B 站上面能够源源不断的产生越来越多的好内容？我觉得是因为我们构建了一套内容生态的一个模型，然后这个模型是能够让我们的好内容越来越多，并且的话，这些内容都是自然而然的从我们的平台上产生。
So the reason why that Bilibili can continuously produce high quality content is because we have built an ever-growing sustainable content ecosystem, which naturally gives birth to many high quality content.
就是我们在用内容不断吸引用户的同时，我们独特的社区氛围也让我们能够更好的去留住这些用户，并且提高这些用户的活跃度和粘度。
So as we attract our users through our ever-growing high-quality content, at the same time, our highly engaged, sticky community help us to retain those users and providing them unique community experience.
而我们的整个的商业化也是与我们的内容生态以及社区相结合的，就是它不仅不会明显的降低用户体验，同时它还能反哺我们的内容生态。
And our commercial efforts is also organically combine and merge with our content ecosystem as well as our community. So in many ways, it does not affect our user experience. On the contrary, we think it's becoming part of our content offerings and community experience.
所以我相信过去2年，大家应该能够看到，就是 B 站用户增长的一个越来越好的一个趋势。比如说，就是越来越广泛的用户群体进入了我们的平台，并且留了下来。 如果在3年前我们的群体，我们对外说的它主要是以90后、00后的用户为主，那么在去年，如果我们看统计数据来看，我们可以看到大量的85后的用户已经成为了我们平台的用户。从那个第三方的统计来看，就是我们现在86%的用户是35岁以下的用户在我们的平台上，也就是说大量的超过30岁的用户也成为了我们的用户。我们的口碑从过去的90后、00后的这个圈子，已经逐步的渗透到了85后甚至是80后的圈子。
So, looking at the past 2 years, we have experienced a very high quality and rapid user growth. And you may even notice that our reach for broader audiences is beyond the Generation Z. And according to the latest third-party report, about 86% of our users in 2020 are aged below 35. So Bilibili is becoming the primary choice for not only the Gen Z, but also become a lot of users' choice that age below 35.
而且除了这个用户群，我们看到它的这个数量的一个扩展，我们还可以看到就是 B 站在这种内容的影响力方面，我们也跟过去相比有了一个非常非常明显的一个提升。也许过去大家都认为 B 站上面更多的是年轻人喜欢的一些内容，比如说像动画，比如说像游戏，比如说像音乐，比如说像娱乐等等的。但是我们从去年来看的话，就是有很多更加普适的全年龄段的内容，在我们这里也产生了非常好的一个影响力，也吸引了更多的用户来到这里。比如说去年的知识类的品类，它是不仅仅是年轻的用户喜欢，我可以认为是对于所有的用户，它都是高质量的内容。
On top of our user number is expanding, we think we are expanding our influential power across multiple content verticals. In the past, people might have the perception that Bilibili has all the content young generations like, such as anime, games, music, and entertainment. And in 2020, you would notice that there are many verticals that emerging that have the mass market appeal to all the age groups. For example, knowledge sector was one of the fast-growing sector in last year, and knowledge as itself is the high-quality content for all age groups that's out there.
而且随着我们 PUGV 生态的这么一个扩张和增长，就是我们的 OGV 的内容品类也与 PUGV 产生了一个很好的协同作用，它们也在共同的增长。我们的 OGV 的品类除了过去有优势的动画类和纪录片之外，我们可以看到从前年和去年开始，我们的晚会、我们的综艺以及我们的剧集也在慢慢的起来。
So, on top of our further ever-growing PUGV content ecosystem, we've noticed in our OGV department there has been a great synergy. For example, our traditional strong verticals, anime and documentary, continuously to thrive. And on the other hand, we have seen new emerging content categories such as our New Year's Gala, our films and TV productions is also welcoming more and more audiences.
所以的话，就综上所述的话，我认为就是 B 站就是未来的用户增长，它应该是能够做到3点。第一点的话，就是我们能够在更广泛的年轻用户群体里面我们扎下根，就是从过去的90后、00后的用户拓展到85后到00后，甚至是80后到00后。
So, all the above, we can summarize our user growth can at least meet 3 criteria. One is we will continue to penetrate the young generations. In the past, it might be the Gen Z demographic, people born in between 1990 to 2009. We believe we can further expand to the age group that's born after 1985 or even 1980.
第二个呢，就是我们在内容的质量上，我认为我们会占领越来越多的品类的质量高地和价值高地，占领越来越多的品类的内容新质。
So on the second point is on the quality of the content. We believe we can become a leading player in more and more content verticals and gaining more mind share of those verticals in the market.
比如过去大家可能认为 B 站是拥有全网最好的动画的内容，拥有全网最好的游戏的内容，可能去年大家认为我们也拥有全网最好的知识类的内容。我认为未来越来越多的这种品类的质量的高地会被我们占据，然后我们会越来越多的，因为我们在多个品类的内容质量吸引大家进来。
So, for example, in the past, people may have the perception the best anime and the best game content is on Bilibili. Going forward, we hope to establish more mindshare and high ground on more and more verticals, for example, in knowledge and in many more. And we believe there will be more high quality content in various content verticals will be emerging on Bilibili, gaining more market share.
我认为第三的话，就是我们在做到前两点的前提下，我们仍然能够保持我们在内容品味上的领先性，我们仍然能够保持我们在年轻审美方面的这种感觉，我们仍然能够保持我们良好的社区氛围，我们也仍然能够保持我们健康的商业化的方式。
So by achieving the first two points, we are confident we can continue to take a leading role in terms of the taste of the content and leading the young generation's preferences over content and over our artistic preferences. And we will continue to maintain a highly engaged and friendly community environment at the same time, increase our commercialization capability.
在过去一段时间，我们也一直在准备，就是我们未来的用户增长的一个目标，因为我们也得提出一个明确的目标，我们对这个也是做了大量的准备的工作。其实我们每次提出目标的时候，我们态度还是非常严谨和严肃的。我记得我们第一次提出用户增长的目标是2018年，然后那个时候我们提出了一个3年的用户增长的一个目标，就是到1.5亿的月活的用户。我们第二次更新这个目标是在2019年的时候，然后我们提出我们要把这个到2021年的一个目标我们更新到2.2个亿。
So in the past, we have done a lot of work setting up our user growth, and we have done a lot of groundwork, and we are very prudent when it comes to setting up plans and strategies. And in the past, we have set two user growth. One is back in 2018. Back then, we set a user target of 150 to achieve 150 in 2020. Then we update that user goal back in 2019, which is to refresh the user target to achieving 220 million by 2021.
对，从目前看来，我们应该是能够就是完成我们当时提出的这个用户增长的目标的。所以的话，就是因为这次的财报会也是在2021年初嘛，所以的话，我们在现在也可以提出一个我们未来3年的一个用户增长的目标，那就是到2023年内我认为我们的 MAU 可以做到4个亿。
So in the past, the goal that we announced, we believe we we have very good track record in delivering those goals. As for the 220 million by 2021, we are quite confident to achieve that goal in advance. And standing where we are today at early 2021, we are setting up a new 3-year user target, which we believe we can achieve 400 million MAUs by end of 2023.
我认为互联网产品对于用户的这么竞争会越来越激烈所以的话就是我也知道这个目标肯定是充满挑战的但是那个我认为就是在我们目前的这种已经验证的模式以及在我们充分的去发挥我们的内容生态以及社区优势的一个情况下我们还是有信心能够做到这个目标。
As we move forward, we believe that the internet companies' competition over users is only getting more and more fierce. Despite a challenging environment, we remain confident about our goals. We will further to enhance our advantage in our content ecosystem as well as our engaging community. We are quite confident to achieve that user guidance. 然后第二个问题是关于市场和DAU to MAU。
这个问题我们在内部也是非常认真的分析过。首先我想说的是，其实在我们的那个第4季度我们就是 Bilibili App 它的这个 DAU 比 MAU 跟第3季度相比是有回升的。然后所以的话就是我们在第3季度的时候，我们也本身也有一个初步的一个判断，就是DAU 和 MAU 的一个比例是在我们就是用户高速增长的一个过程中它会产生一个波动，但是从长期来看，我认为这个数字并没有变化这是 DAU 和 MAU 的一个比例。第二个呢就是我们的这个时长就时长我们这个季度的是75分钟嘛我认为跟去年同期相比，它是在一个误差范围之内的这么一个波动，还好。从数据来看，我并不认为有什么异常。
So as for the DAU to MAU ratio, I would like to emphasize that in the fourth quarter, our main mobile app, the DAU to MAU ratio actually slightly improved quarter over quarter. And we have made the judgment back in the third quarter that as our user has experienced fast growth, the DAU to MAU ratio might fluctuate. But over the long term, it shouldn't have large differences. As for the time spent, for this quarter, our DAU time spent, our time spent per DAU was 75 minutes. And compared to the same period last year, only a slight decrease, which we believe it's a normal case.
而且就在今年的1月份，我们也看了一下我们的那个用户时长的一个数据是超过80分钟的，所以的话，这个也从另外一个方面来证明，就是我们的用户时长也是在正常的范围内。
So when we look at the time spent per DAU in January this year, it actually improved to above 80 minutes. So this is also in check with our overall judgment on the time spent and DAU to MAU.
OK， 如刚才就是陈瑞所说的，其实 B 站的增长模型还是生态驱动跟内容驱动的。2020年，其实我们的市场跟渠道投放侧也获得了其实超出市场预期的成绩。在2021年的话，我们会持续的加强品牌建设跟渠道的投放。
So Kali would like to supplement one point. One is that, as Mr. Chen mentioned, our growth model is driven by our content ecosystem as well as our community. And you would also say that we made all the right moves in expanding Bilibili brand name in 2020. As we look forward to 2021, we'll continue to build on our further expand our branding perception and branding awareness through multiple marketing events.
19年其实 B 站的品牌认知率只有37%，通过2020年的增长策略还有品牌的升级，我们在2020年1月份已经提升2021年1月份已经提升到68%。在这种增长势能的前提下，我们特别希望在今年在品牌升级跟用户增长的投入上可以把握这个机遇，在2020年可以实现认知率达90%，也希望可以同时在转化率上可以有一定的提升。
So we've done a user perception study on our brand awareness back in 2019, 2020, and the number was over 30% in 2019, and the brand awareness perception rate was improved to over 60% in 2020. We hope with number of our branding initiatives and marketing events, we hope to increase that perception rate above 90% in 2021.
除了 PUGV 刚才说的增长策略以外的话，可能2021年我们还会持续的在市场侧去打造品牌事件，也会输出优质的内容，增强用户对 B 站垂直内容的认知，就让更多我们提到的你感兴趣的视频都在 B 站这个 slogan 有更多人的去认知。常规的情况下，我们也会持续加强对核心厂商的合作了，发挥 B 站在内容形态优势，去覆盖全内容消费场景的优势。以上就是一小部分的补充。
Okay, and one more thing is that on the branding initiatives, we are going to launch several campaigns in cooperation with company events and a big content launch to increase our brand perception and brand awareness. At the same time, we'll also work with other leading internet players to increase our perceptions, along with active user acquisition and channel acquisitions.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And your next question comes from the line of Alex Yao of JP Morgan. Alex, your line is now open.
谢谢管理层啊，首先还是恭喜一个非常强劲的业绩啊。那我的第一个问题是想问一下，在广告的商业化变现上面，我们也看到这个季度是非常的强劲啊，已经持续好几个季度是年对年的这个增长速度是保持一个加速成长的一个状态啊。那能不能请管理层给我们梳理一下，为什么这个季度或者说过去几个季度广告可以持续的这个保持加速增长的一个态势，然后咱们怎么思考2021年广告增长的一个展望？那我第二个一个相关的问题呢，就是这个跟广告有点关系的是，我也注意到咱们在我们的这个怎么说呢，网红经济或者 UP 主经济变现上面也有一些新的思考和尝试啊，比如说去年年中推出的这个发火这样的一个新的广告体系。那么能不能给我们更新一下我们对于 B 站上面的这个网红经济变现的一些新的想法特别是花火推出以后现在的一些这个不管是从 UP 主方面还是广告主方面的一些反馈。谢谢。那我自己翻译一下。So my first question is about the advertising business, which has been accelerating almost 4 quarters in a row in the past several quarters. Can you guys elaborate a bit more on the growth driver behind this rapid growing advertising business? Also, can you talk about the advertising revenue growth outlook for 2021? A follow-up question on this advertising monetization is that we noticed you guys have recently launched a number of KOL economy monetization models such as the Huahuo. Can you talk through your latest thinking on the KOL economy monetization on Bilibili? And also, can you talk about the feedback from both advertisers as well as content creators on the introduction of Huahuo? Thank you.
谢谢。其实 B 站活跃着中国一半的年轻人，也是年轻人浓度最高的一个内容平台。就随着90后跟00后成为社会的中坚力量，他们的话语权以及他们的消费能力其实已经渗透到各个行业里面了。我们看来啊，其实在未来10年是中国消费爆发的这10年。B 站用户拥有了新消费的话语权，所以 B 站一定会成为广告客户必投的一个平台。
So first of all, that we have over near half of active users that is China's young generation, and Bilibili is the platform that has the most concentrated young generation users. As we believe, as the Gen Z become the mainstream of the society, they have more saying and more spending power across various industry verticals. And the next decade will be the new consumer upgrade, a new consumer branding upgrade for the China's overall consumption industry. As Bilibili's user has the most influence and most spending power within this vertical, Bilibili is becoming the must-invest advertising platform.
2020年，其实随着 B 站用户增长的加速，以及品牌渗透力的加强，也包括对于我们商业中台的产品能力跟数据能力的进步，确实广告业务在实现了连续7个季度的加速增长。Q4 的收入达到了7.2亿，同比增长达到了149%。其实全年的同比增长也达到了126%。
So in 2020, as we experience fast and high quality user growth, our influence over brand advertising is also increasing. Over the years, we have continuously improved our commercial middle platform capabilities, and our advertising revenue has experienced accelerated growth for 7 consecutive quarters. In the fourth quarter, our advertising revenue reached 120 million and up 149% year over year. And for the full year, our advertising revenue also grew by 126% year over year.
在2021年的话，其实我们暂时是不会增加这个 app load 的，广告的 app load 还是会保持在5%，因为我们看来B 站的广告的业务的基础还有广告的能力还是有很大的潜力可以发挥，还是以打基础为主。
So for 2021, we do not intend to increase our ad load, and we're gonna maintain the ad load around 5%. From our perspective, we are still at the phase to building our infrastructure, and our advertising business still have a huge potential to grow.
第一个，我们还是会在2021年持续加强 B 站商业中台的能力，因为产品能力、算法能力的提升，其实是可以直接助力于广告变现效率提升的，所以这个基础建设我们还是会持续的加强。商业中台能力除了去对于广告收入的变现上有极大的帮助以外，其实对于其他的收入业务也会有很大的效率上的帮助。例如像游戏的联运的能力，其实相等于游戏广告的一个效率，同等包括直播啊、会员电商也会因为这个商业中台能力的提升得到效率的提升。
So first of all, we'll continue to enhance our middle platform capability, serving the commercialization progress. As our advertising product improved and our algorithm improve, our overall advertising efficiency will also improve. And the efficiency is not only reflect on the increase of our advertising revenue, it also reflects on other business. For example, our jointly operated games improvement also depends on the improvement of our advertising efficiency. So that goes with our live broadcasting, membership, and e-commerce.
第二点的话，其实 B 站的整个商业产品形态，还有商业的曝光，更多的还是在主要我们的主页跟天马流上。未来的话，我们会更多接入多个消费场景，例如直播、漫画，以及多个屏幕，包括手机、PC、电视等等，为品牌跟年轻人建立更丰富的链接。
So on top of our news feeds, we tend to enhance our commercialization capability across multiple business lines and across multiple platforms. For example, the business line includes live broadcasting, comic, and our audio drama platform. And as for the multi-screen, that goes to our mobile device, our on iPad, on PC, and our smart televisions to help the brands to connect even further in multiple ways with the young generations.
其实第三个很重要的点就包括是标准化跟工业化的整合营销的能力，也是我们保持整个广告业务增长的一个引擎。其实从2021年我们去提升单个客户的效率的同时，2020年在提升单个客户的效率的同时，在2021年我们会更关注提升整个行业的效率，深耕跟服务垂直领域客户，这个策略是2021年的一个变化。
So the third point would be to increase our integrated marketing efficiency and standardize more of the procedures among this overall integrated marketing campaign. In 2020, we have significantly improved the ad efficiencies on single users. And in 2021, we are going to elevate that to a single industry on a single industry basis to better serve our industry verticals.
最后可以提一下花火系统。花火系统是在2020年 Q3 就第三季度上线的，它主要是服务于 UP 主跟品牌商的一个撮合的合作平台。我们还是对于花火平台的逻辑是顺势而为，因为UP 主其实是需要更多的广告跟内容的植入的需求的，也在 B 站的平台上产生了大量良性的这样的商业行为。所以我们花火系统的话，更多还是连接 UP 主的创意跟品牌的需求，做更多的智能化，同时也为 UP 主跟品牌的需求提供保障。在我们看来，好的广告也可以是很好的内容，好的内容也可以是很好的广告。所以在2021年的话，在整个广告策略里面，花火系统也是很重要的一个组成部分。
And last but not least, I'll add some point on our Sparkle advertising platforms. This platform was launched in Q3 last year. It is a matchmaking platform between content creator and various advertising advertisers. So the born of the platform is a natural development of our advertisers' needs and our content creators' needs. As more content creator need commercialization, empowerment, and our advertisers also need efficient ways to influence users' decision making. So the born of the platform is to connect both parties' needs at the same time to ensure a smooth a smooth, efficient transaction between two parties. And in 2021, we'll spend more efforts in improving this platform, bringing more opportunity for both parties.
所以我们还是特别有信心，在2021年的整个广告收入是可以保持一个持续的高速增长，也会高于 B 站收入大盘的一个增长。谢谢。
So, in summary, we are quite confident of our advertising revenue growth. We believe we can still maintain a high growth rate that's above the overall growth rate of the company.
Thank you so much. And that concludes the question and answer session. I would like to turn the conference back over to the management for any additional or closing comments.
Well, thank you once again for joining us today. If you have further questions, please contact myself, Julie Yang, Bilibili Senior IR Director, or TPG Investor Relations. Our contact information for IR in both China and the US can be found on today's press release. Have a great day. Thank you.
And that does conclude our conference for today. Thank you for participating. You may all now disconnect.